Hello everyone, my name is Neetu Dalal. Welcome back to my YouTube channel called Edu Classes, where we cover psychology related topics. In today's video, we are going to take up part 2 of chapter 2, that is Self and Personality of class 12 NCERT. In the last video, we had covered topics like introduction, self and personality, concept of self, cognitive and behavioral aspects of self, cultural self, and concept of personality. So in this video, we are going to cover topics such as major approaches to the study of personality, assessment of personality. We will cover assessment of personality in the next part, because otherwise this video will get very long. Here I want to give a disclaimer that if you guys want access to the PPT that you see, you guys can drop down your email IDs and I will send the PDF of all the PPTs that you see on the respective email IDs that you dropped out. So you can give me your mail IDs in the comment section and I'll make sure that these notes reach you on your mail ID. Okay, so now moving on. पिछले first part में हमने बात की थी self और personality के concepts की. We talked about some related terms. कि concept of self क्या होता है, what are the cognitive and behavioral aspects of self, culture and self, and concept of personality. We try to define as to what personality means. In this video, we will focus more on the major approaches to the study of personality. So getting into the video, now there are three major approaches of personality. The first one, we classify it as type approach, trait approach, and interactional approach, right? So we will look into as what each one of this means and what are the some of the approaches and some of the studies or theories that came about. तो जब आप किसी पर्सनालिटी को टाइप्स के बेसिस पे डिवाइड करते हैं तो वो टाइप अप्रोच के अंदर फॉल करता है. इफ यू डिवाइड personality according to the traits or characteristics of the person, that falls under trait approach. And in interactional approach, these are situational characteristics determining our behavior. So these approaches are morely contingency in nature, matlab they depend on the situations that you're in, right? So now we talk about the first approach. तो हमने बात की कि पहली अप्रोच है टाइप अप्रोच. नाउ व्हाट डज दिस मीन्स? टाइप अप्रोच एग्जामिन सर्टेन ब्रॉड पैटर्न्स इन द ऑब्जर्व्ड बिहेवियरल पैटर्न. यानी किसी ब्रॉड जो आपके बिहेवियर पैटर्न होते हैं उसमें से किसी ब्रॉड पैटर्न के बेसिस पे आपका टाइप ऑफ पर्सनालिटी डिटरमाइन करती है. Each behavioral pattern refers to one type in which individuals are placed in terms of the similarity of their behavioral characteristics with that pattern. यानी इंसान के बिहेवियरल पैटर्न्स को देखते हुए डिफरेंट लोगों ने डिफरेंट टाइप्स डिवाइड किए और फिर उसके बेसिस पे लोगों को उन टाइप्स ऑफ पर्सनालिटीज में फिट कर दिया गया. Efforts to categorize people into personality types have been made since ancient times. यानी ये जो this process where we try and classify people into different types of personalities, this has been ongoing since very long time. And since ancient times, people have tried to, classify people into different types of people because it makes understanding easy. And then you assume कि जो भी इंसान एक type of personality में गया है उनके same characteristics या same behaviors होंगे. So कौन से types के classifications आए हैं, that is what we will look at. The first was the Greek physician Hippocrates had proposed a typology of personality based on fluid of humor. यानी ये जो Greek physician थे Hippocrates, इन्होंने लोगों की personality को fluid या humor के basis पे बांटा. उन्होंने लोगों को 4 टाइप्स में डिवाइड किया on the basis of the kind of humor they have or the kind of fluid that was there. First is sanguine, then phlegmatic, melancholic and choleric, each characterized by specific behavioral features. तो उन्होंने ये 4 कैटेगरीज या 4 टाइप्स बताए और उन्होंने बोला कि लोगों को हम एक या दूसरे एक इंसान इनमें से किसी एक टाइप में फिट करेगा और जिस भी टाइप में वो जाएगा उस टाइप के कुछ अपने सर्टेन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स एंड बिहेवियरल फीचर्स होंगे. अब हम देखें इंडिया में, तो इन इंडिया ऑल्सो Charak Samhita, a famous treatise on Ayurveda, classifies people into the categories of Vata, Pitta and Kapha on the basis of 3 humoral elements called Tridosha. यानी इंडियन फिलोसफी में भी त्रिदोषा के बेसिस पे एक इंसान के पर्सनालिटी के टाइप को डिवाइड किया गया है. Each refers to a type of temperament called prakriti of a person. यानी अब हर जो भी आपने कैटेगराइज किया है उसके हर टाइप को आप प्राकृति बोलते हैं, उसमें आपका बेसिक टेम्परामेंट अलग होगा. सो फॉर एग्जांपल इफ इट इज वता, पिता एंड काफा, तो अगर कोई इंसान वता में जाता है उसके अपने सर्टेन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होंगे, पिता में जाता है उसमें अलग कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स हो गया, एंड काफा में जाएगा तो अलग. सो ऑन द बेसिस एंड वी अज्यूम दैट एवरी पर्सन हु फॉल्स अंडर वन टाइप will have similar kinds of attributes and similar kind of behavior. The ones that we will see more in detail are triguna. Now this is the typology of personality based on the trigunas. Yani तीन गुण. One is sattva, rajas and tamas. So according to this theory, हर इंसान में तीन तरह के गुण होते हैं. First is sattva, then rajas and tamas. हर इंसान में ये तीन टाइप पाए जाते हैं. सत्व गुण इंक्लूड्स एट्रीब्यूट्स लाइक क्लीनलीनेस, यानी जिस इंसान में सत्व का गुण ज्यादा होगा वो ज्यादा क्लीनलीनेस होगी उसमें. देयर विल बी अ मोर सेंस ऑफ ट्रूथफुलनेस, ड्यूटीफुलनेस, डिटैचमेंट, डिसिप्लिन एक्सेट्रा, राइट. एंड इस गुण का जो एक प्रोमिनेंट एग्जांपल है वो होता है श्री राम. तो माना जाता है कि उनमें सत्व के गुण थे वो बहुत ज्यादा थे, इसीलिए वो बहुत ज्यादा ही वाज ट्रूथफुल इन नेचर एंड ही वाज ड्यूटीफुल एंड ही वाज डिसिप्लिन्ड, राइट. नेक्स्ट गुण जो आप कैटेगराइज करते हो दैट इज राजस. दिस गुण इंक्लूड्स इंटेंसिव एक्टिविटी, desire for sense gratification, dissatisfaction, envy for others and a materialistic mentality. तो यानी जो लोग इस जिनमें राजस का गुण ज्यादा होगा उसमें ये सारी फीचर्स या ये सारे कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स पाए जाएंगे. नेक्स्ट इज तमस. तमस गुण कैरेक्टराइजेस एंगर, एरोगेंस, डिप्रेशन, लेजीनेस, फीलिंग ऑफ हेल्पनेस एक्सेट्रा. यानी तमस का जो गुण है उसमें arrogance, depression, laziness, ये सारे characteristics होंगे. Now, one important thing that we have to understand is all the three gunas are present in each and every person in different degrees. यानी हर इंसान में ये तीनों गुण होते हैं, but depending on कि कौन सा किसकी डिग्री ज्यादा है, कौन सा ज्यादा डोमिनेंट है, उसके बेसिस पे आपका पर्सनालिटी टाइप डिटरमाइन होता है. So this is a pictorial depiction which shows that sattva includes, if you look at, so sattva includes balance, harmony, positivity. Rajas on the other hand includes movement, activity, energy, excitement, and tamas is lazy, inactivity, right? So this is just a pictorial depiction of what classification was done. Now the another type that was given by Sheldon was, इन्होंने क्या किया, इन्होंने लोगों के फिजिकल आउटलुक के बेसिस पे उनकी पर्सनालिटी को डिफाइन करने की कोशिश की. तो जो पहला है दैट इज एंडोमॉर्फिक, राइट. इन्होंने बोला एंडोमॉर्फिक की टाइप में कौन से लोग फॉल करेंगे, जो फैट होते हैं इन देयर अपीयरेंस, इन देयर आउटलुक. फैट, सॉफ्ट एंड राउंड, दिस विल बी देयर फिजिकल अपीयरेंस. एंड इससे उनकी पर्सनालिटी का क्या पता चलेगा कि जो ऐसे टाइप के लोग होंगे वो रिलैक्स्ड होंगे और सोशलेबल होंगे, राइट. तो अगर आप किसी इंसान को देखते हो जिसकी फिजिक बहुत द पर्सन हैज लाइक अ लिटिल वेट एंड is plump and is soft and round, so these people are according to this type will have a relaxed personality and will be more social. Another personality type that was determined by Sheldon was mesomorphic, right. Now these are people who will be by their virtue of physical appearance will be rectangular in shape with strong body build. So these will be people who have muscular body, and these people will be energetic and courageous. तो उन्होंने according to him जो लोग इसमें fall करेंगे, जो people who will have build like this, they will by as a personality they will be energetic and they will have a lot of courage. Now the third category that was done by Sheldon was ectomorphic. Now who will fall under the ectomorphic type of personality? People who by their appearance are thin, long and fragile in build. Yani people who are very, who are not fat, who are not muscular, but who are very thin, who are like the typical examples of people who are thin and who don't have much of a weight, right. And who will, what kind of personality will these people have according to Sheldon? These people will be brainy, artistic and introvert. So people who will fall under ectomorphic will be brainy, artistic and introvert. So now I've put a pictorial depiction to show this. So the classic example of ectomorphic would look something like this, and endomorphic would be this, mesomorphic would be this. So on the basis of your physical appearance, Sheldon had tried to give you a little insight on what kind of a personality will the person have, right? Now another one was where Carl Jung grouped people into introverts and extroverts. So उन्होंने बोला कि ये कैटेगरी बहुत पॉपुलर है and we still refer to people as either introverts or extroverts, and we often define ourselves also by saying that, you know, I'm an extrovert. Yeah, I am somebody who's very social. So this classification was given by Jung, and this is also a personality type. टाइप हम क्यों बोल रहे हैं, बिकॉज ये दो टाइप्स हैं, एंड जैसे ही कोई अपने आप को एक टाइप से एसोसिएट करता है, हमें तुरंत पता चल जाता है कि अगर एक्सट्रोवर्ट है तो ये बहुत ज्यादा, यू नो, the person will be very loud or will be very extrovert, social, will go to parties and talk to people, and you know. And on the other hand, when somebody says that the person is an introvert, you simply get to know that the person is, you know, shy and doesn't like to talk to somebody. So these are the types divided. So introvert would be people who stay alone, avoid others, and are shy. Extroverts would be sociable, outgoing, and a people's person. Somebody who wants to stay among people and who wants to be in a group where there are a lot of people and there's a lot of activity going on. Now, another type which is there according to type approaches is, and this was given by Friedman and Roseman, and this divides personality into type A personality or type B personality, right? You will also hear terms like, you know, I'm a typical type A personality. So what does this mean? उन्होंने बोला कि people who fall under type A will have high motivation, they will lack patience, they will always be in a hurry. Such people find it difficult to slow down and relax. यानी टाइप ए में वो लोग, जो लोग टाइप ए पर्सनालिटी में होंगे, उनकी मोटिवेशन बहुत हाई होगी, उनमें पेशेंस कम होंगे, हमेशा वो हड़बड़ी में रहेंगे. सो यू विल फाइंड पीपल जो जिनको चैन नहीं होता है, लाइक हाउ वी से इन लेमन टर्म्स, कि तुझे बिल्कुल चैन नहीं है. सो दीज आर द काइंड ऑफ पीपल हु फॉल इन द टाइप ए एंड दे ऑलवेज वांट टू डू समथिंग और द अदर. But it has been found that these people are more susceptible to problems like hypertension and coronary heart disease. The risk of developing coronary heart disease with type A personality is sometimes even greater than risk caused by high blood pressure, high cholesterol levels, or smoking. So having a type A personality affects your heart, and the chances of having a problem is even higher than what you will have if you have high cholesterol level या आप smoke करते हो. So, you know, type A personality affects your heart to that extent. Now, then there was type B personality. So this type B, वो लोग type B में fall करेंगे जिनमें type A वाले traits नहीं है. So this is complete opposite. And initially, type A and type B personalities were given, but later on, type C and type D personalities were added to this typology of personality. So type C people will be more prone to cancer, suppress negative emotions, and are unassertive and patient. यानी ये अपने negative emotions की बातें नहीं करेंगे. They will not put their point very strongly, and they will be very patient. Individuals characterized by this personality are cooperative and assertive and patient. यानी जो लोग इस category में fall करेंगे वो बहुत cooperative होते हैं. They will go along with whatever is like, you know, whatever they asked to do. They suppress their negative emotion and show compliance to authority. यानी ये लोग अपने negative emotions को हमेशा दबाते रहते हैं, and maybe that is one of the reason why they are more prone to having cancer, and they show compliance to authority. Apart from this, the type D, not a lot of traits have been identified, but they say that people who fall under type D will be more prone to having depression. So these type A, type B, type C, and type D typology personality was given by Feldman and Rosenman. Now, हमने जितनी typologies पढ़ी, you must be thinking कि, but how can you classify somebody into, you know, A, B, or C, for example? So that is a drawback of your type approach to personality, that personality typologies are too simplistic, you know, because sometimes we may feel that, you know, you have some characteristics of an introvert and some of an extrovert. So then where do you go, right? So it is too much a simple approach, and we as humans are far more complex than just, you know, falling under one type. So that is one disadvantage. Assigning people to a particular personality type is difficult. People do not fit into such simple categorization schemes so neatly. तो आप जरूरी नहीं है जैसे हम कह रहे हैं type A, type B, type C, type D. So it's not the boundaries of these types are not very distinct, and we as people are not, we don't have those clearly defined boundaries. So it can be very difficult putting one people into, you know, one category and saying कि इसमें B category का तो कोई trait है ही नहीं, right? So it's not that neat. Therefore, that's one more disadvantage. So that is all about type approaches, where you've seen that how people over years have tried to, give different categories of personality, where, they have tried to assign people to one type or the other, and then making some assumptions कि अगर कोई इंसान इस type में है तो वो ऐसा होगा. That was the type approach. Now we come on to trait approaches. And trait approaches is basically concerned with description or characterization of basic components of personality. They try to discover the building blocks of personality. Yani this theory basically says, this approach basically says that जो इंसान के traits होते हैं वो एक इंसान की personality के building blocks होते हैं. And the trait approach focuses on specific psychological attributes along which individuals tend to differ in consistent and stable ways. यानी यहाँ पे एक trait की बात हो रही है जिसके इर्द गिर्द एक इंसान का नेचर या एक इंसान की पर्सनालिटी वेरी करती है, डिफर करती है या स्टेबल रहती है ओवर टाइम. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, वन पर्सन मे बी लेस शाय whereas another may be more, or one person may be less friendly whereas another may be more. तो यहाँ पे बात शाइनेस की हो रही है, तो वो एक ट्रेट है. अब कोई उस पर ज्यादा शाय हो सकता है, कोई नहीं शाय हो सकता है, बट शाइनेस इज वन ट्रेट. ऐसे ही फ्रेंडली इज अनदर ट्रेट, राइट? सो इट विल, वी कैन क्लासिफाई एक ट्रेट को आइडेंटिफाई करके कि ये इंसान पे हाई है, ये लो है, बट वी फोकस मोर ऑन ट्रेट्स इन दिस अप्रोच, देयरफॉर इट्स नेम्ड एज ट्रेट अप्रोच. Trait approach attempts to identify the primary characteristics of people. Now, these are some of the properties of a trait. That traits are stable over time. So, for example, if you are an introvert, you will stay an introvert for a good amount of your life. It is not like ki it will last over time. It will test the it will stay consistent. Traits are consistent over situations. If you're introvert in one situation, if you're introvert in a school, you will also be an introvert amongst your friends or amongst your family gatherings. So it is not like the trait is like will change according to situations. Traits stay stable over time, and they stay stable over consistent over situations. Based on traits, different theories have been put forward. So on the basis of what traits a person have, there have been multiple kind of theories which have come around, and we will have a look at them. Now, Allport's trait theory. According to Allport, he characterized traits into three categories. उन्होंने कहा हर इंसान में तीन तरह के traits होते हैं. First is cardinal traits, central traits, and secondary traits. तो उन्होंने कहा हर इंसान में ये तीन तरह के traits होते हैं. Now we will look at them and understand as to what they mean. तो उन्होंने कहा cardinal traits are the traits which are highly generalized dispositions. They indicate the goal around which a person's entire life seems to revolve. कार्डिनल ट्रेट बेसिकली एक इंसान का वो ट्रेट होता है जिससे आप उस पूरे इंसान को एक शब्द में डिफाइन कर सकते हैं, या दैट इज द मेजर गोल ऑफ द पर्सन. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, जैसे अगर आपको महात्मा गांधी को डिस्क्राइब करना है, सो यू कैन से दैट नॉन वायलेंस वाज हिज मेजर कार्डिनल ट्रेट. दिस इज अ ट्रेट जो एक इंसान की पूरी पर्सनालिटी को डिफाइन कर देता है इन अ वे, राइट? सो दिस इज द most prominent overall trait that you have. Then there are central traits, and these traits are often used in writing a testimonial or job recommendation for a person. वो traits आपके central traits के अंदर fall करेंगे जो आप अपने आप को describe करने के लिए use करते हैं. For example, I am warm, I am sincere, I am hardworking. So these are all your central traits, right? Then there are secondary traits. Secondary traits are the most kind of superficial traits, and they tend to change over time. For example, your likes and your preferences, right? So you might, like one personality today, and you might not like them, let's say 2 years later. So these secondary traits are your likes and preferences in life. The way a person reacts to given situation depends on his or her traits. So हर इंसान, कोई इंसान किस सिचुएशन में कैसा बिहेव कर रहा है, that will depend on the composition of his cardinal, central and secondary traits. Now then, there was personality factors given by Cattell. So he applied a statistical technique called factor analysis to discover the common structures. Cattell ने क्या किया, उन्होंने he used a statistical technique to see what all traits a person has. So he found 16 primary or source traces. Now the source traits are stable and are considered as the building block of personality. So उन्होंने बोला कि दो तरह के traits होते हैं according to Patel. पहले होते हैं source traits, then होते हैं surface traits. तो उन्होंने कहा जो source traits होते हैं वो इंसान के building blocks होते हैं, and these are the traits which are ingrained in you. Besides these, there are also a number of surface traits. Besides these, there are also a number of surface traits that result out of interaction of source traits. यानी अब जो आपके source traits हैं जब वो interact करते हैं over time, so then these source traits come up. Patel described the source traits in terms of opposing tendencies. He developed a test called 16PF for the assessment of personality. So the whole major contribution of Patel was in determining and saying that there are two types of traits. One is source trait, the other one is surface traits. And his major contribution to the field of personality was his 16 personality factor questionnaire, which is used for assessing what kind of a personality do you have. Another very interesting and very important theory in terms of your questions would be Ising theory. According to this, personality could be reduced to two categorized determined biologically. One is neuroticism versus emotional stability. इन्होंने कहा Ising basically said कि हर इंसान में ये तीन तरह के वो हो सकते हैं, neuroticism और emotional stability. So you couldn't. It refers to the degree to which people have control over their life, right? Neuroticism and emotional stability दिखाता है कि आपको किस हद तक अपनी emotions या अपनी feelings पर control है. Extraversion and introversion, it refers to the degree to which people are socially outgoing or socially withdrawn. And psychoticism versus sociability, these are some of the traits a person can have. Now we will look at कि अगर एक इंसान किस dimension पे high होता है तो उसके क्या traits होते हैं. If you guys can see, if a person is high on neuroticism, the person will be anxious, moody, touchy, restless, and will quickly lose control, right? तो अगर आप neuroticism के dimension पर high हैं तो ये आपके features होंगे. This is in opposition to emotional stability. In comparison to somebody who's neurotic, somebody जिसमें emotional stability high होगी वो ज़्यादा calm होगा, even tempered होगा. The person will be reliable and remain much under control no matter what the circumstances are. Another dimension that was given by Ising was extroversion and introversion. It is basically the same one that we've read before, that somebody who falls under extroversion will be active, gregarious, impulsive, and thrill-seeking, and somebody who will be very social. Somebody who falls under introversion category will be passive, quiet, cautious, and reserved. The third dimension that was given by was psychoticism, which is somebody who falls under psychotic. Psychoticism will have will be hostile in his approach, will be egocentric and antisocial. Matlab the person will think very highly of himself. On the other hand, sociable person would be somebody who doesn't have these features. Ising personality questionnaire is used for studying these dimensions. यानी अगर आपको पता करना है कि आप कौन से उसमें fall करते हैं तो Ising का एक question है which is Ising personality questionnaire that can be used for assessing these dimensions. With this we come to an end to part 2 of this chapter, that is self and personality. In the next part of this chapter, we will cover psychodynamic approach where there is Freud's. So for this video, that's all we have. We will cover. In the next video, we will cover psychodynamic approach given by Freud, where we talks about levels of consciousness, levels of processing in a person, and we talk about the stages, psychosocial stages of personality. We will also go on to see how personality is assessed, right? And if you still, I would like to mention that if you want the PPT that you see on your screens, kindly drop your email IDs in the comment section below and I will send you a copy of the PPT that we are referring to. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for our upcoming videos. And if you like the content that we are creating, do not forget to like, share and subscribe.